Hi children, good afternoon to everyone.
Welcome back to the next class. I hope you all are doing good the assignments which is assigned to you. And today we are going to learn about a prose which is titled as A Letter from Your Mother. It is written by Mrs. Mary Ann Cain. And before entering to the lesson, let's learn something about
The author, named Mary Ann Cain, who lives near the bend in one of the three rivers of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where she teaches prose writing, rhetoric, and women's studies at Indiana University. Purdue University, Fort Wayne. Her fiction, memoirs, and blurred genre work have appeared in numerous journals. Books written by her are Revisioning, Writer's Talk, On from Moonshine, Journals, The Little Magazine in the year of 2014, Under the Sun, she has written in the year of 2014, Many Mountains Moving, which is written in the same year, and Sun magazine, etc. The prizes won by her are finalist when Carolina won a novel writing contest, Indiana Arts Commission Individual Artist Grant, residencies at the Mary Hambridge Center for the Arts in Raven Gap, GA and Hill House writers. And her favorite authors are Caroline Masso, Toni Morrison, and Barbara Kingsolver.
Now you can do the pre-reading activity, listening and speaking. Here it is given, listen to what your teacher says and then answer her questions. You are all in class 7. You come to school from your homes, don't you? Is any one of you living in a hostel? Do you have a brother or sister or a friend who is living in a hostel?
At home, parents look after their children. What about children living in hostels? That too, in distant places. How do parents keep in touch with them? Parents write to their children regularly. Both feel they are talking to each other. And in this letter, a mother talks to her daughter. We are going to learn about. So children, here we see in the earlier times there was no mobile phones or any other cell phones are used. The people were contacting with each other by writing letter and they used to pass the messages. So usually at home our parents are taking care of us, and when we are sent out for higher studies and all, we are unable to see and talk with each other. So usually they used to write to the letters and to know each other and share their matters. So in the same way it goes on now. A mother is writing to her daughter who was sent to outside in a residential school for the higher studies. Here it is mentioned that read this letter at home first, follow your teacher's model reading in class, then answer her questions. So now you can listen my model reading. Dear Poonam, it is a strange
to write because I am so used to you being close by. We say a lot without words, you know, but now you are away. And I can't help but think of how you are growing up so quickly. So, this is only the first of more and more times apart until, like a bird, you will be ready to fly away. It will be my greatest joy to see you strong and confident, even as it brings me sorrow to be apart. Here, the lesson A Letter from a Mother is written by Mary Ann Kane. A mother writes a letter to her daughter Poonam, who was then studying in a residential school. It is not known what forced the parents to admit her to a residential school. The mother thinks that it is strange to write a letter because her daughter was always close by. They understood each other with few words spoken to each other, but now her daughter is away from home and she is growing up quickly. Before long, her daughter will become independent and will be ready to fly away like a bird. She informs her that she will be our joy to see her strong and confident, even though it is sorrowful to be apart from her daughter. And now let's see the second paragraph. Being apart may be a good thing in this way. It makes me put into words those things I feel and think but don't say. For instance, it pleases me that you are so strong minded and persistent. You are not easily discouraged. Even when you don't succeed at first, remember the time when you couldn't do your multiplication tables. The teacher was going faster than you could manage, and you felt bad that you were unable to keep up. But you made your own study cards and asked me and Daddy to help you. And when you succeeded finally in learning those tables, you were independent enough to think through your problems, but responsible enough to ask for help to learn. The mother advises her daughter the advantages of being apart and growing independently. She will be pleased to see her daughter grow up strong minded and persistent. She was not easily discouraged even when she did not succeed at first. She asked her daughter to remember how she could not do her multiplication tables. The teacher was going faster than her daughter could manage, and she left bad when she was unable to keep up. But she had made her own study cards and asked her mother and father to help her. After that, she would independently solve her own problems, but also responsible enough to ask for help to learn. Now let's learn the third paragraph. I know you are in new surroundings with new people at your hostel, and the way things are done at home are not the same there. You have to be careful to look after yourself since no one is going to ask you how you are or care about your comforts.
Here we see that the mother also writes that she was able to understand that her daughter was in a new surroundings at the hostel and it was very different from home. And the mother is advises her daughter to carefully look after herself because no one would care about her comforts. And the fourth paragraph, you have to speak up for what you need because the hostel warden can't give you the attention you receive at home. At the same time, you need to watch out for others. Help them to help themselves. Don't think you are the only one with needs. Everyone will feel as you do because it is a new situation for them all. If you feel homesick, you may find helping someone else through their homesickness will help you feel better yourself. So again, the mother advises her daughter to speak up and ask the hostel warden what she needed and at the same time help others to help themselves. If she felt homesick, she should help someone else through their homesickness. This will make her feel better. The sixth paragraph, I want you to make the best of this experience and I know you can. I also know that a new situation brings confusion because you are learning new ways to act. Don't be afraid to try new activities or introduce yourself to new people. Here, the mother strongly believes that her daughter will make the best experience of her hostel life. It also may be a bit confusing as her daughter needs to learn new ways to act. So, she urges her daughter to not be afraid to try new activities or make friends with new people. Children, I hope you understood the lesson, how much we have gone through by learning. If you are having any doubts, you can contact me and clear out the doubts. Rest of the continuation of the lesson will be taught in the next class. Go through by reading. Repeated reading will help you to understand the lesson in a better way. So, do the best. Thank you. Have a beautiful